Hi and welcome back to my channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome. My name's Simone. Today I'm going to do a 10 random facts about me. I was inspired to do this by a lady called Leonie. She's done a 10 facts about me, and also Jay. I am going to put links to their videos down below and above if you want to check out their channels. They're really lovely ladies. So I'm gonna get started. So the first fact about me is I have been married for 10 years in October, and I got married very quickly. Me and my husband met in the June, and it was pretty much love at first sight, and by the October the same year we got married, and it was a really lovely wedding, and we did it on a budget of less than like £1,000, including my dress, the church, everything. I'll see if I can insert some clips, but not clips, some photos, but I do have a video on how we met and I'll link that above. So the second fact about me is I have 3 children, and my second child, my daughter, I had her on the dining room floor, leant over a yoga ball. So if you are new here, you might not know, but I had an emergency C-section with my first, and I wanted a home birth, and with my second I got my desire to have the really beautiful birth at home, and I just gravitated towards being in the dining room, and I did it with just hypnobirthing, no drugs or anything, and it was just a really beautiful experience. And then with my last I had a water birth in hospital. And the third fact about me is I used to write songs and poetry, and I won a songwriting competition, and I got to go to Pineapple Studios in London and have a masterclass with Neo, the R&B artist. He sings a song, you know, So Sick of Love Songs. If you and unfamiliar with who the artist is, I'll see if I can put a picture. It was a really good experience. There was other people there as well, and I learned a lot from him, and I was supposed to sing, but I got so embarrassed. But there was a guy there, like a session singer, and I told him what the song was, and him and a guy on a piano like played it, and the feedback that I got from Neo was absolutely amazing. I did have a photo, but I don't know where it is, and I got his autograph as well, so I was super chuffed. That was probably when I was about 25 when that happened, so like 12-13 years ago. So fact 4 is I love travelling, and I've travelled to quite a few places, and I still want to travel a lot more with the kids. And when I was 19, I bumped into an old friend who, you know, we used to be best friends when we were little, and I said I want to travel, and she said yeah, I want to as well. So we got like a map, and we thought Greece, and we just went like that, plonk, and we ended up in Rhodes the first year, and then the second year I went to Crete. So I worked there for like summers, and then we'll come back to England and work before I went to university, and it was just an amazing experience. We like lived in a little villa, and we had scooters, and we'd like drive around and explore the islands during the daytime, and then I'd work at night. And one of the jobs that I did was washing glasses, and I'm not joking, I loved that job. It was like working from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning sometimes, but there was no pressure, and I could just like have a drink when I wanted, and my friends would come in when they finished work, and we just had an absolute blast. It was a really good experience. I might make a video about Greece anyway another time. 5 is until I was about 23, I would only eat English food. I was a real fussy eater. So yeah, even when I was living in Greece, we was living at this like villa, and we were kind of like cleaner stroke make breakfast. We had to do loads of different like things, and the guy would make us Greek food, and like my best friend would be just trying everything, and I would be like nearly gagging and didn't want to try anything. So yeah, Indian food, like even Caribbean food, I just wouldn't try anything. And then I met some like Greek friends, and then they got me into trying the food, and then I've never looked back. I love eating all different foods from different cultures and trying to make them as well. 6 is I stopped drinking over 10 years ago. So yeah, I've made a video on this, so I won't go into all of it, but when I met Ryan, he wasn't drinking, and I went to Mexico not long after we met, and I got really bad alcohol poisoning and ended up with an infection, and I think maybe I got spiked because I was so ill. So that kind of, like with Ryan not drinking and that happening to me, it just really put me off drinking, and I've just never looked back. I just don't miss drinking. I just love having my coffees, and I like cordials and things like that, and yeah, I don't miss drinking, and I feel a lot better for it. So 7 is I am a qualified English teacher, not English teacher as in like primary schools. I did a Cambridge certificate in Seville in Spain not long before I met Ryan, and I had a blast over there. It was a really intensive course. It was like 120 hours crammed into a month worth of studying, and I had to teach. The second day I arrived, I had to teach without any experience or whatever, and it was so nerve-wracking. So I had plans to stay in Spain, stayed with some Spanish friends that I met at university and couldn't get a job, so I came back, got a job back in like the banking industry because that's what I used to do, and then I was about to go to Australia to go and teach, and that's when I met Ryan, and the rest is history. I'll have to talk about that in another video as well. So, and then 8, I was born in a place called Preston in Lancashire. My dad is Jamaican and he moved there in the 60s, and my mum is English. She's got like Irish roots, and I think there's family all over the place. So yeah, I've been over to Jamaica and I absolutely loved it, and it was so nice to see when my dad grew up. But yeah, I was born in Preston, and some interesting facts about Preston is we've got the second, or it might be the first biggest bus station in Europe. I'll have to put a picture in of it. It's one of those love-hate things. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it's become a listed building now. First KFC in the UK, and the first motorway was built, the first like bypass motorway in the UK was built there as well. So yeah, they're a bit boring, aren't they? Oh, another fact is, you know, the term teetotal when you don't drink, that it stemmed from Preston as well. So 9, I'm allergic to cats and I'm allergic to dust. I used to be allergic to milk as a baby, and I think that's where the allergies came from. So my allergies aren't as bad as what they used to be, but at one stage when I was little, I stayed at someone's house and they had a cat, and I ended up having a severe asthma attack and ended up in hospital for about 3 days. So yeah, I can't be around cats. Sometimes some short-haired dogs as well I struggle with, and dusting. If I go in like bags and I've not, you know, like sorting clothes out and there's dust, I'll just sneeze like crazy, my eyes will run, but thankfully I don't have asthma anymore. And then the last fact about me, it's a bit of a random funny one I would say, is I always wanted straight hair when I was younger, and I've talked about this in another video as well. So I used to put, you know, ski pants, like, you know, the pants, and they've got like the little loops under the foot. I used to twist it together to make it look like a plait, and then I used to put it on my head, and I would go out like that and think that I looked like I had straight hair. And I actually went into town shopping like that. And the funny thing as well is these ski pants, they weren't even black, they were like dark green, like look like, I don't know, like dark green baby poo colour. They were horrible. And it was like clouded as well. I just can't believe I went out like that. But when I was younger, I just didn't care. Like I just wanted to wear whatever I wanted to wear, and like I said, I just really wanted straight hair, so I used to go out with ski pants on my head. So I think that's it. That's 10 facts about me. If you have any questions, or if you'd like me to elaborate on some of the facts, then please leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.